Boom, boom, boom. Another big win for the Sooners as the OKPREP agenda continues. Brent Venables and staff saw some talent, said we got to snatch it up because the competition's going to be after it. This is a 2025 commitment from Marcus James, linebacker at Carl Albert in Midwest City, Oklahoma. OKPREP agenda continues as the Sooners are prioritizing the talent here in state, taking advantage of the opportunities to bring them in and get some beasts. We're going to talk about Marcus. We're going to look at the measurables. We're going to talk about him at Carl Albert, the other Carl Albert players that he'll be joining, and why this OKPREP agenda is so important, especially for 2025. But before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thanks for pulling up to the channel. If you like the content, do me a favor. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know your thoughts on us picking up Marcus James, the local talent from Carl Albert. I want to hear from you all. If you've made it this far, you like the content, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Definitely show those interactions. Help this channel that may be small to you, but they're huge in what we're doing here and making as much OU football and college football content in general for you all. And so let's look at the measurables for Marcus. Let's dive into what this means for Oklahoma in this pickup, because Marcus James adds to a 2025 class that, I'm going to be quite honest, Oklahoma's kicking butt in. I mean, for 2025, we've already got 5 players committed, and they're from Kevin Sperry, who's also at Carl Albert. You got Elijah Thomas. You've got Jordan Nickens. You got Grayson Harris. You've got Kamari Moore. But, I mean, you got 3 players from the state of Oklahoma already committed, and it looks like we've got about 3 more that we're keying in on right now. So, if Oklahoma can continue this drive, pick up all the top players in the state, man, because we've got 3 players in the top 200 nationally, and yeah, that's pretty darn good right now, right? And as the new evaluations continue to come and these players continue to hit these camps, it's going to drive through. So, Marcus James, and look at some film. All right, you know what it is. Marcus James, 6'3.5", roughly 6'4", 210-pound linebacker / tight end at Carl Albert. Dude is huge. And so I say that as someone that's actually gone to a Carl Albert game and watched him play. Every time I see him go on the field, I'm like, yeah, he's a lot bigger than that 6'3" status. And when in the articles I was reading about Marcus, some of the things they were telling him is that he's watching and paying attention to Deshaun McCullough's role at Cheetah, in which y'all are seeing what McCullough's doing right now for our defense. He's supposed to be a player that could potentially be similar to him long term. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about the team right now. All I can tell you is that growing big players like this, going into 2025, like I said, he's listed at 210. He looks a lot bigger than that in person. He's a wide dude, tall, big. He looks stocky. He looks like he can hit, and he plays linebacker and tight end. So he's got a little bit of speed on him to go along with his ability to stretch the field as a tight end and also level folks. And so as you watch the film here, you see that man don't play when it comes to hitting. And so getting a player like this, especially having him watch a Deshaun McCullough and then him being leveraged like that similarly in high school. I mean, he played ball at Bishop McGinnis in Oklahoma City, and then he transferred into the Midwest City District, and now he's matched up with Oklahoma commit Kevin Sperry. Right now, Oklahoma commit Xavier Robinson, who will be at Oklahoma in January because he's going to be an early enrollee. And then all these players that we are targeting, like Trinae Washington and Tristan Haynes. We've got a list of those players there at Carl Albert that we want because they're putting together some special talent, and they're out there kicking teams' tail too here in Oklahoma. So, we don't talk about that too much. But the bigger thing is that Marcus is starting to get attention of teams. He's already got an offer from Utah. He got one from Texas A&M. TCU was looking at him. Arkansas was getting him some love. He recently got an offer from Kansas. He was getting one from Arizona. So the smaller schools are hitting him up, and some of the larger schools are starting to get his attention. Now, if we can lock him up early, if we get him locked up, boom, it's a done deal, and he's committed. So the way it looks, he's locked in to be a part of what Brent Venables has done at the linebacker position and develop him into a special talent that, man, could do something even potentially going pro. But, man, he can hit. And so you look at him going with this 25 class I mentioned before. We've got a lot of front players, and we'll talk about the greatness of Emmett Jones a little bit later. You know, y'all know me. I talk about how much he needs to raise, but I'm looking at how Brent Venables as well as Ted Roof has done in the recruiting realms of getting these linebackers and these players to play like the cheetah roles and stuff that can come out. Because, I mean, McCullough was a Brent Venables recruit at Clemson and almost won his services, but he followed his father instead. And now we've got a player that's built similar to him, not as tall, but big and strong. He's actually bigger than Deshaun to me. It looks like, and Deshaun's like 240. I mean, the way Marcus looks, man, he looks like a big dude. And so I love the fact that we want him understudying what McCullough's doing, because when he comes in 2 years, 25 class. So when he comes in 2 years, it'll be McCullough's probably last year if he's not already gone. And so when Marcus walks in, he'll have a chance to truly compete and be able to, you know, come in and do some things. So y'all see that film, hop in the comments. Let your boy know what's your thoughts. Marcus James picks Oklahoma over the competition. He picks them over Texas A&M, Utah, etc. And Oklahoma is keeping that OKPREP agenda going, something that we have been preaching here like crazy that we want to see more of. If you've made it this far and you like the content, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Love to have you join this great family of college football fans. We are, you know, dropping all this content, baby. Oklahoma's going to bounce back. Don't worry about that. And the big thing is the recruiting trail is continuously going well for us. You got to fill your roster up with players. And I promise you, Marcus James is going to be one of them dudes that flies up the rankings once he starts hitting these camps. I mean, coming from small school Bishop McGuinness, that's probably why you haven't heard much about him. But now he's here at, like I said, Midwest City Carl Albert. He's playing with the Kevin Sperrys of the world, who's going to be starting to hit camps and who's going to make a name for himself. Marcus keeps putting up these numbers. He keeps getting these tackles. He keeps playing the way he does. He keeps putting out film that we just looked at. Bruh. Sky's the limit for the talent of him. And so I anticipate us winning a few more Carl Albert players. I think that that's going to be the school that we're going to focus and really key in on. Similar to the way we're doing with Union as well as Booker T. We need to get back up there and get some more Hornets. But I anticipate that everything that we've seen from what this coaching staff has been, they have prioritized Oklahoma players. And so getting players like Marcus James for 2025, it's going to do and pay dividends long term to our agenda. So YouTube says check out one of these videos. I highly recommend it. It's more recruiting stuff. We got Reggie Powers last week during that game, which I feel bad for him because he's not getting the attention he deserves. I mean, that's another top player. Definitely another big win for the Sooners. This class is going to be full. 24 is huge. 25 is going to be huge. We're going to do it up. If we keep putting together top 10 classes, we're going to win championships. So keep that in mind. We'll talk soon. Watch one of these videos. Peace.